Hi everyone. So today I was thinking about costs associated with dating a Filipina or a serious relationship, maybe leading to marriage. And so I wanted to go over some of those costs. They are a little different than costs with an Western girl, for example, an American girl. In fact, I was just reading an article the other day, and it stated how the average cost of a date with an American girl is over $100 now. And that cost reminds me of the last date I had before I left the US to come out to the Philippines. And my last date that I had cost me around $122. And I remember it because I went out to dinner, and this was not a fantastic place. This was just a normal, average place. But by the time you order a couple of drinks, maybe an appetizer, your meal, God forbid she wants dessert. If she does, then even more. But by the time I had dinner, it was well over $50, maybe $60. And I'm already inside my head, I'm already sweating and crying and thinking, geez, we still have the movies to go to. So we go to the movies, and there's another $50 or so. You know, you get 2 movie tickets and drinks and popcorn, and forget about it. It's ridiculous. So it took me back to this point, and I was thinking about the cost of a date with a Filipina. And I hear a lot of Western guys complain about some of these extra costs, and I'm thinking to myself, do you not remember the cost of a date with a Western woman? Okay, so let's take the average date with a Filipina. Now, let's say she has to hop on a couple of jeepneys or perhaps take a taxi over. Now, the nice thing to do would be to pay for her transportation. Okay, and really, if you're going to take a date, if she isn't that far away, you should really just pay for a taxi so she doesn't have to get all hot and sweaty switching from jeepney to jeepney. And you know, she's trying to look nice and she wants to impress you and she wants to go out on a nice date, and you know, it's better just to have her take a taxi. Okay, so most of the time the taxi is going to cost you $100 to $200 one way, depending how far out she is, and then also going back home. So you're talking 100 pesos is about $2 and another couple hundred on the way home. So maybe $5, you know, for her transportation, which is nothing. And I hear a lot of Western guys complain about this, and I find it just ridiculous. It's nothing when you compare it to a date with a Western girl in the U.S. Now, first of all, you're getting a younger, more beautiful, a much more caring, a more happy-go-lucky person, in my opinion. The last date I had in the West, I wasn't, you know, she was mid-30s and a little overweight, not fat, but a little bit chubby. I won't get into that. But so the other thing is, there should not be any going Dutch. You know, have her pay for her meal and you pay for yours. No. That shouldn't even exist in your vocabulary. You should pay for her dinner. On a very nice dinner, in my opinion, in the Philippines, you don't have to spend more than 500 pesos per person. That's $10 per person. That's going kind of all out. I've gone on most of my dates have been around the 200 to 300 peso range with a drink, and that's only $5 or $6 per person. Okay, so we have the jeepney ride, transportation, we have the dinner. Okay, now let's say you want to go to the movies. The movies are much cheaper here. The popcorn and drinks are much cheaper. I would imagine you're not going to spend more than $20 on a movie date. Okay, so you get $20 for the 2 movie tickets, drinks, and snacks. That's if she even wants snacks or a drink. At this point, you just took her to dinner. Dinner is going to run you $20, and her transportation about $5. So on the very high end, and I don't think I've even spent this much, you're talking maybe $45. but that is extremely high end for me. To be honest, most of my dates have never run more than like $20. Sometimes I'll pay the transportation. We'll grab a pizza, and just chill and go swimming at my condo or watch a movie. And I've never spent more than 20. I've had many dates where they were fine with just going to Jollibee and spending a couple dollars. They are like that. They are more than happy. They just want to spend time with you, and that really sets them apart from Western women. Western women want to be wined and dined. It's all about the how much money you can spend on them and how nice the place is, and then they gossip with their friends. Oh, you should have saw the place that he took me to. If you take an American girl to a Jollibee's or a McDonald's, trust me, there would be no second date. But in the Philippines, if you took her to Jollibee, guess what? She's okay with that, probably. Okay. Okay. So let's say you get serious, and most Filipinas, and I'm not going to say all, but a lot of Filipinas, it's very important to support families. So they're going to send half their paycheck, or I don't know what it is. Every Filipina is going to be different on what she can afford, but they'll be sending money back to support their family or brother or sister who's going through college. That's just normal here, and you just have to accept it. That's the way it is. If you don't want to help her out with that, then that's fine, and I think they will understand that. Just tell them. But I think you should help out your girlfriend. The average Filipino salary, and I'm going to throw it up here, is not that much. I think maybe $300, and it could be even less. And there's a great article, and I'm going to link that down below, how Filipinos can live decently for $300 a month. And you think, how is that possible? But read the article. So, yeah, my last girlfriend, she never asked for it. I just volunteered. I said, listen, I'll give you 1,000 pesos a week. That's only $20, $80 a month. And so along with her working salary, that gave her a little bit of breathing room. She was able to send money home to her family. She had money to buy some makeup and go out to eat with her friends once in a while. And it just gave her a little bit extra breathing room. And again, I've heard Western guys complain about this, and I think to myself, have you ever been shopping with an American woman? Or, been on dates with them? Or, God forbid, you've been married to one like I was, and it's extremely expensive. Extremely expensive. Every time you want to go out and have a date, even if you're already married, a dinner date's extremely expensive. So to throw 1,000 P a week for your loving, caring Filipina girlfriend is pretty small. Now, it's only when a Filipina might start asking, hey, I need a new phone, I need this, I need that. Okay, then that's a little bit different, but most are not like that. Everybody's got their horror story, but one example of a Filipina doing that does not make all of them bad girls. I find the majority of them to be fantastic girls. It's my opinion, it's what I've come across. But if you're a Western guy and you're chatting with Filipinas online, well, you're probably going to run into more scammers than you normally would. That's where they're all going to congregate. They're going to go online, and that's where they're going to be looking for people to scam. But if you're here in the Philippines, like I am, and you meet girls at a restaurant or at the mall or out and about, you're going to find that they're hardworking, they're great girls, and they're just fun to be around. So when I hear people complain about the costs, I don't think it's anything to complain about. Not when you think about what dates cost and the type of girls that you will get in the West. So just food for thought. You should be paying for transportation. If you do go out on excursions, you should be paying that. It's not that much more, guys. And if you really do love her and you care about her, then buying her a new phone once in a blue moon, for $100 or $200, then do it. Think about the costs of a Western woman, and I think you will see that it is nothing over here. To make your girl happy, to throw a few extra pesos a month to keep her happy, I think it's worth it. So I'd love to hear your opinions from Filipinas and also from other Western guys. Hey, we're all going to have different opinions, and that's fine. We all have a horror story. Filipinos have a horror story about a Western guy meeting 5-10 girls when he came out here to meet her. And a Western guy has a horror story about maybe a Filipina who tried to scam him. Okay? Nobody's perfect in any country, but in my opinion, Filipinos are the greatest girls, hands down. And like I said, let's hear your comments and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification to keep up to date with the latest videos, and I will talk to you guys later.